of central tendency. Now, this is basically very statistical in nature, so I would just say that the formula is going to help you in solving the questions, and not much understanding is required in this. If you have the formulas right in your place, right in your mind, I think you are at the right sum and the right marks. So, measures of central tendency. Now, basically when I talk about measures of central tendency, what is it exactly? Okay, measure of central tendency. Central. Now, when I say central, say you can say average. Now, question is if I say application, so what is the average of its application? I really don't understand. But when I say measures of central tendency, suppose in a family is there are 8 to 10 people. Okay. Now, what we do is, suppose there is a traits happening. So, what is the measure of central tendency? Now, central tendency means average. So, understanding the average part of it, you can call it as a measure of central tendency. Not much to read into it, just work out with what is the measure of central tendency. So, averages. So, in fact, central tendency means averages. So, when I say average, many word comes to our mind. I believe you have different types of averages, like mean is there. Sometimes you call also this as arithmetic mean. You have median, and you have mode. So, this is what exactly you are going to study in this topic and the further topic of statistics, that is what is mean, median, mode. So, I also add a word here, arithmetic mean, when I say arithmetic mean. So, this is the focus in this particular topic of measures of central tendency. Later on we will see mode and all those things as it comes as the sequence of the statistical syllabus for you all. So, let us see what is arithmetic mean. See, whenever you are finding mean everybody knows average. Now, how you find average? A very simple formula comes to my mind, that sum of all items upon number of items will give you the average of those particular observation. So, basically I always try to classify the understanding of this part or portion of this topic with respect to two types of data. One data you can say ungrouped data. One data is ungrouped data, and second type of data is grouped data. So, if you understand what formula to apply to find the arithmetic mean of ungrouped data and grouped data, as we go on I will show you, I will solve also some sums with you all. I think the sky is the limit for you, you will never go wrong, and as luckily you are going to use the calculator, I believe that you will not falter on this topic. So, as I said, let us focus on arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean is sum of all items upon number of items. Now, let me talk about ungrouped data. What I said? Ungrouped data. Now, in ungrouped data also there are two categories. One is raw data and one is in terms of frequency given. Now, what is my frequency? I will tell you. For example, let us talk about ungrouped data as a raw data. I will talk about raw data. Okay, very simple now. Listen to me very carefully. If x1, x2, x3 and so on upon xn, these are the number of items. So, if I say the mean, or you can also say arithmetic mean, which is denoted as x bar, I repeat, a small x bar which is denoted by x bar, is given as sum of xn or xi, whatever you say, xi, you can say xi, it looks better for us, xi, where I is equal to 1 to n. You know why? Xi, it can be x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, so sum of all x's, x1, x2, x3. So, x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus x upon n, do not forget that is nothing but 90. Now, this actually you know what is this formula. I had shown a different picture of it. This is actually it is like this, x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus blah 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 up to xn upon n. This already you know, right? This formula you already know. So I just shrink this formula. Instead of writing the Ramayana Mahabharata, I wrote a shorter form of this thing, that is nothing but summation of xi upon n is I is equal to 1 to n. So no issue, just write that part. So how I get this? Xi, so it is sum of all x suffixes, x1, x2, x3, x4. What that suffix stands for? 1 to n. So when I say 1 to n, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to n items. The sum of n items upon number of items for raw data is given in this form. And for example, I want to share with you, let us say there is a data there, say 3, 4, 7, 2, 1, okay, and if you want one more, say, or 4 is already there, so you can say 5, right? Okay, you can go ahead. So if I say find the arithmetic mean, or you can also say x bar. So what is x bar for this raw data? X bar is nothing but sum of all items, that is 3 plus 4 plus 7 plus 2 plus 1 plus 5 divided by number of items. How many items are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that is 6. Now calculate on your own now. 3 plus 4, 7, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 plus 5, 22. 22 upon 6, it happens to 11 upon 3. So I think 3 these are 9, 10, 11, 3.6 something. So arithmetic mean comes to 3.6. Now something important which I want to share with you in this method is also called as, you can say, I will not say name any method here, you can also say it is direct method, okay. But right now I don't want to give you a method name for this, because it's a very, very simple data which I had put across, right? 3, 4 example, I had put a very simple example. When you go, I will tell you what is the direct method, step deviation method and all that stuff. Okay, shortcut method and stuff. So x bar is 3.6. Now very important thing about arithmetic mean. It can be any method, I have no problem at all, okay, pay attention, any method. Now what I am trying to look into this pattern or into this picture here is, if every score, to every score, now look at this note, I am just writing a note here. If every score we add k, then x bar will be, if x bar will be, the new x bar will be x bar into k, plus k, keep that in mind. Similarly, if every score or every observation is we multiply by k, then what happens? X bar, the new x bar will be k times the old x bar. Please do not misunderstand this point. So this x bar plus k, this is the new x bar, this is the old value of mean plus k, and this is nothing but, this is old x bar here, old arithmetic mean, this is a new arithmetic mean. When I multiply every score by k, 3 into 2, 4 into 2, 7 into 2, 2 into 2, 1 into 2, 5 into 2. So what is the effect on the arithmetic mean? It will be 2 into 3.6 into k, and if you plus 3.6 plus 2. Whatever stuff, so this note is not that relevant, but might be for MCQs, they can put this type of questions. So this is what is arithmetic mean I am talking about, but right now we have not gone into the depth of it. I just took a raw data and explained you the formula here. This is the formula, okay. You need not write the formula like this, you can say sum of x, you can sometimes you can say like this, x bar is sum of x upon n also, you can say, there is no issue at all, okay. Sum of all the x items upon n is nothing but arithmetic mean. That's very statistically mathematical form, this is the way to write it out. So I hope you got this point, children. So now we will go deeper into ungrouped data. I said in ungrouped, I am talking about ungrouped data now. So ungrouped data, there is a raw data, but in ungrouped also you can have a certain type of difference, so a higher level data you can say. Now for example, I will just share with you. For example, I will share with you. Now let us talk about that. What is it? Okay. Now I am talking about ungrouped data only. Ungrouped data, and I am talking about arithmetic mean. Arithmetic mean, which is denoted by x bar. So one formula I had studied, x bar is summation x upon n. You can say summation xi, where I belongs to 1 to n. So whatever it is. So this is the first formula which we saw. Now in ungrouped data, there is one more type of data. Now for example, suppose in the previous example, if you see, very limited number of data is there, 3, 4, 7, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now what happens if there are lots of data? For example, if I survey for number of children in a family. So suppose if I survey for 15 children, 15 families, I mean to say, not 15 children, beg your pardon. So suppose I say 1, 2, 1, 0, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 2, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 2, 2 and 1. So these are the number of children a family has. So first family has 1 children, second family has 2 children. So survey I had done. Now one way of looking at it is what you can do. These are x raw data. As I showed you the example, you can see the raw data, right? Sum of x upon n, I can find the arithmetic mean. Other way of looking at this is, it's 15, so it's fine. Suppose if I am going to survey 100 families, so there will be 100 observations. So how I do it? Now just listen very carefully. Now pay attention. Now what I am showing you is I am just making this, instead of in a segregated, in a spread way of data, I am converting into a segregated data. What is segregated data? Pay attention now. So this is, I will say, number of children. Okay, number of children. It starts from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So let me just put the tally marks there. Tally marks. Now tally marks, just see the observation. I am converting this data into compressed format. I repeat my word. I am taking this data, converting to compressed format. So first 1, put a tally mark 1. 2, 1 tally mark. 1, second. 0, 3, 4, 5, 1, 3, 2, 1, 0, 2, 2, 1, 2, 2 and 1. The fifth data will come like this. Now this is the number of times, okay, that 0 children. How many families? 2 families are having 0 children. If you see this, see 1, 2. So what I am doing, I am compressing this data, so they become easier for me to understand. So pay attention what I do. So this, the number of times an observation is repeated, that is called as frequency. What is called as frequency, denoted by f, small f. So this is 2, this is 5, this is 4, this is 2, this is 1, this is 1. So if you can see the number of families, you will get immediately how many families are there, you will get it, that is 5, 6, 7, 11, 2, 1, 3. Now anyway, now just compress this data instead of spread format, but okay. Now suppose if I want to find arithmetic mean, now hold on, x bar, what is the formula? Add all this thing, right? So if I add all this thing, this is nothing but summation x upon n. Everybody knows this. So what happens here if I add 1 plus 2, 3, 4, 7, 11, 16, 17, 20, 22, 23, 24, 25, 27, 28 upon number of observations 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 15. So 28 upon 15, whatever the value comes up, I am not worried about that. You know, the other way, if this data, you don't have to compress in this format. If the data is given in this format, now this table they will not give you, this table they will not give you, they will give you this format. If they don't give you the table, what I did, I compressed this data with tally marks here and converted its frequency. Now for this, I can use, instead of doing this Rama and Mahabharat, I can use a substitute formula. X bar is summation of fx upon summation of f. What I said, summation of fx. Now remember, as I said in statistics, whenever a sigma sign applies, this sum, this means sum, this means sum, sum, okay. So sum, whenever it applies to the complete set. So here sum of what is sum of f. It is never applied to sum of individual f and then multiply by x. No, don't do that. So it's sum of fx. Now fx means product of fx. Now by the way, what is my x? This is my x here. So what is my fx here? If you see carefully here, so fx will be 2, 0, 0, 5 ones are 5, 4 twos are 8, 3 twos are 6, 4 ones are 4, 5 ones are 5. So what happens guys here? So sum of fx. So 8 plus 5, 13 plus 6, 19, 23, 28, 28 upon the number of families. So 2 plus 5, 7, summation f, I said, sigma f. So 5 plus 2, 7, 11, 13, 14, 15 and 16. I beg your pardon here, how many families are there? 7, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Perfect. The answer doesn't change. So in short, what I will do now is, for this, if you see this formula which I gave you, I can use this formula also for this, summation fx upon summation f for a raw data. Okay. In this there was limited item, so I can go ahead with limited formula. Else, if the formulas are given in frequency format, frequency is nothing but the number of times that observation is repeated. 0 is repeated 2 times. So 0 plus 0 करने के बजाय what I do, 2 into 0, 0. 1 is repeated 5 times. So you are doing 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 1. 5 times you do 1 into 5. You understand my point? So that's the message I give you. So what we derived today is, on arithmetic mean, we studied for ungrouped data. I would say there are 2 formulas, very important formulas for ungrouped data. X bar, either use sum of x upon n, or x bar you can use sum of fx upon sum of f. Put a bracket there so that don't any mistake. So f stands for frequency and x stands for the observation data. I hope you got this point clear, right? So if you want, let us take one example and then it will be more clear how we go about that. So let us take an example, finding the arithmetic mean of ungrouped data. So let us see this part. One example and let us see this part. Okay. Now I will just write the sum first. If you have a calculator in place, I think nothing can stop you from solving the question, right? Till then, just have a look at this. You can note it down. This formulas you can note it down here. Okay, the other formula is the same thing. Actually, this and this is the equivalent formula. This and this is the equivalent formula. Okay, only this is, I compress it in this format and then do it. But normally they will give you a compressed data only. Otherwise, you can do by this Ramayana Mahabharata. Whatever jo jeeta, wo Sikandar maths ke andar. I hope it's very clear to you all. Okay, guys, I hope you got this. Let us take one question there. Give me a second. Till then, just go to the formulas, go to the method. One question we will take on arithmetic mean. Yeah, here we go. Very simple working there. Okay, I'll just take an example there and then you'll come to know what I want to show. Just do this rectangle there because it's easier for us to work it out. Okay, right. Now, I'll just put this. You know what they had given? They had given here, they had given something like this. They had given variable value and frequency. So, this is variable value and frequency, f or small f, sorry, small f, that is it. So, what is the given to variable value? They are given 5, 6, 7, 8. It's a simple question, I am just explaining you the procedure, and frequency is given as 15, 25, 20, 10. 15, 25, 20 and 10. Now, what they are asking you? Let us look at the question. They are asking you find the arithmetic mean. Find the arithmetic mean. You know, children, when I say find the arithmetic mean, what happens? It happens something different there. Now, you know arithmetic mean. What is arithmetic mean? I know the formula that x bar is as f is there. Remember, the variable value is always taken as x. Sometimes they don't mention it, you can just take directly as x. It is nothing but sum of fx upon sum of f. So, what happens is, if you know the formula, guys, then I think you have to just add the columns accordingly. So, here if you look at the numerator, there is fx. So, this is f and this is x. So, this you can write fx. So, 5 into 15. So, just start multiplying it now. 5 into 15 is what? 75. 6 into 25, 150. 720, 140. And 8 into 10 is 80. Now, after getting fx, it is sum of fx. So, sum of this, sum of addition of this, sum of fx. So, if I add this, what happens? I will just quickly do it. So, 80 plus 50, 220, 270, 370, 370, 440, 445. I believe, I hope it's right. Let us see the calculation once again. 80 plus 140, 220, 270, 370, 370, 70, 440, 445. Great. So, x bar, I got this value, summation fx is nothing but 445 upon, now summation f. Now, look at f, where is f? F is here, sum of f, you have to add 15, 20, 40, 60, 70, 70. So, I have the working done. So, if you want, you can calculate this out. So, what happens here? This will be equivalent to 5 8s are, 5 9s are, 5 1s are, 5 4s are. I don't think so, anything can cancel here, right? 89 upon 14. Okay, so I hope you got this point clear. This is a simple way of looking at the question there. So, 89 upon 14, or you can also convert to decimal, that is always better. So, whatever decimals comes up, please put it across. So, what is my point of contention here to tell you is how I go ahead with the formula when frequency is given to you. Okay, so you can say ungrouped data only, that ungrouped data I compressed it and wrote in terms of, as I had given you in the previous example, how a big data, large data can be compressed into a x and frequency format, and then I use the formula fx, same thing, right. So, I am not shifting my goalpost, keep that in mind. I am just working according to the formulas which is studied. So, what you studied today, children, x bar, you can either write sum of x upon n in a normal manual format, or it is sum of fx upon sum of f. It is always preferred to put a bracket there, because you understand that the sigma applies to the complete product and not individual f or x. X in the numerator, of course in the denominator it is sum of f only, there is nothing to add in this. So, I hope you got this point clear. Now, this method is called, I would not say this method is called by some name or something like that. You can also say, you know, direct method. Okay, so, this method is called direct method, because sometimes they will tell you use direct method and solve. Now, other two methods which you are going to study is tomorrow in the next session. Next session, you are going to study what? You are going to study this thing, shortcut method and step deviation method. Step deviation method. This is what exactly in this topic, measure of central tendency, we are studying only arithmetic mean, but in that variations are there. So, accordingly, you will be working with this methods there, and you will come to know exactly how to work about it. So, I hope the first part of the arithmetic mean you understood. X bar is summation x upon n, or the equivalent formula is summation fx upon n, and apply the formula. This we will see in the next session. So, I hope you understood this point, children. So, do not practice, I will give you examples to practice also, just relax, because in the textbook it is given even segregated in a very spread way. So, I am going to compress it and put it in front of you. So, just with one view you can understand how, which formula to apply, how to go about that. So, I hope you understood whatever we did today, starting with the points and the coordinates format and followed by measure of central tendency, the introduction, the beginning of arithmetic mean. Thank you very much, children. I see you in the next lecture. Till then, bye bye. Central tendency. Remember, in points and that coordinates, you have very limited and restricted syllabus in that, covering everything. I mean to say, starting with what is points and its coordinates in the graph, position in the graph paper. Second thing is in the plane, I mean to say. Second thing, what is the midpoint formula, followed by distance formula, section formula, then what is the centroid, what is the incenter, okay. So, and then finally we looked into finding the area of the triangle when vertices are given to you, area of quadrilateral when vertices ABCD is given to you. I had given you the formula at a card. So, completely, okay. Now, we started yesterday with measures of central tendency. Now, what was this point, measures of central tendency? Measure of central tendency means what? We are finding there are averages. Measure of central tendency, it is averages. So, there are different averages which you have studied. You have studied mean, is also called sometimes arithmetic mean, then median and mode. Now, in this measure of central tendency, what is covered is arithmetic mean. So, what we are going to study is arithmetic mean. We had started yesterday, I had given a brief description of how you find arithmetic mean. The arithmetic mean is denoted by, now please pay attention, arithmetic mean is denoted by x bar, okay. Now, remember there are two formulas here. First is I am talking about ungrouped data. Ungrouped data. In ungrouped data, x bar is sum of all items upon number of items, or it is sum of fx. F stands for the frequency. F stands for frequency, sum of fx upon sum of f. Sum of f. Oh, sorry. Sum of f. Okay, this method is called as direct method. It is called as direct method. We had done yesterday the sums also based on this. Okay, one or two sums, not much we had done yesterday. I just introduced this part of concept and I said how this formula is same as this formula. Okay, now basically in your textbook the formula must have given like this, that x bar is summation of xi, where I is equal to 1 to n upon n number of items. So, I stands for x1, x2, x3, x4, x5, x6, x7 and so on upon n. So, this is the formula which is given to you. You can use this formula also. Sum of x means sum of all the data upon. So, that is the basic, everybody knows the formula for finding the average. Average is sum of all items upon number of items, and that is the way it goes. So, this is what we did. We saw the sums also based on that, just presuming that you had seen that last part of it. Okay, I am moving ahead, but I will try to revert back to this sums also here. Please do not miss the lecture, come what may. Yesterday I understand it was my mistake, but still I had posted it in the morning, that lecture. So you could have seen that and come. If you have not seen, just go through that, the last part specifically where I started with measures of central tendency. Anyway, now still lot of explanation is there, lot of working is there. One thing I want to remind you, this statistics topic is very damn easy topic. It is 100% scoring because it's totally based on formulas. Totally based on formulas. So if you remember the formulas, I think you have a calculator in your hand, you have a pen, you have a paper. Just put yourself into the action mode, use the formula, calculate with the help of calculator, and I think you are going to get the right and most correct answer. So I will prove my point as we go on. So ladies and gentlemen, so here we go, the first part, that is measures of central tendency means averages. What we are going to study in this is mean, median and mode. But in this topic of measures of central tendency, what they have covered is only arithmetic mean. How to calculate x bar? The first method is called direct method, where it's sum of all items upon number of items, or sum of fx upon sum of f. It's one, it means at the same. Please refer yesterday's last 15 minutes lecture, 20 minutes lecture, you will understand what I am trying to explain. Okay, great. Now remember one thing, when I said ungrouped data means raw data, right? This is for ungrouped data. So for group data, what we can do, or there are other methods also. Suppose the database is very huge, then what we use, the other method is called as shortcut method. What is this called as? Shortcut method. Now please listen and pay attention now what I mean by this. Shortcut method. Now in shortcut method, whenever the data is huge, whether it's ungrouped or grouped, whenever the data is huge, you use the shortcut method. What is the shortcut method? Here also is x bar only. We are finding x bar only. X bar is nothing but a plus summation fd upon summation f, where d is given as x minus a and a stands for assumed mean, where a stands for assumed mean. Now this is a very specific formula there. I want you to remember this. Okay, no mistake on this. Pay attention quickly. Okay, because this is something very important. Okay, so a plus summation fd, or you can also say this formula is also important in this case. I hope you got this point clear. So direct method, shortcut method. And one more formula is called as step deviation method. It's an easy method actually. Okay, so what happens is, if all the d's can be divided by some number, common number, I can make the calculation process more easy by using the next method called as step deviation method. Now you might ask me, so just you are going with methods but no examples. Remember, in the previous lecture I had taken all the concept along with examples, so the same thing I am going to do over here. So I am not going for step deviation method now. So first is I will just solve shortcut method, and this method I will take one sum and try to just make you understand what is it exactly and how we do the apply the formula in solving the question. So the question goes here. Calculate the mean by direct method and shortcut method. I want you to pay attention now. Remember, I want to find the arithmetic mean. So this is something important. I want to find the arithmetic mean. That means I have to find x bar, question mark. How I do that? First, let us talk about shortcut direct method. Now direct method, everybody knows. Direct method, if you look at the formula, this is the data which every sum will have, the x and the frequency. Direct method says x bar is equal to summation of fx upon summation of f. This is important because frequency is given to you. I have to use this formula. If you keep in mind summation fx upon summation f, it's very formulated, nothing to explain, full scoring, 100% scoring. One thing I want to remind you and tell you, that whenever a sigma applies, the sigma applies to this complete set, keep that in mind. The sigma applies to this complete set, it does not apply to only f or only x, it applies to the product. So that is the big sigma, this is called big sigma, you also call sum. Okay? So sum is applied to the product, that is fx. Now listen very carefully how I do that. So if you look at this table here, if you have the formula, I am talking about direct method, you can quickly solve that on your own. What I will do is, I will just do it over here. So x bar is sum of fx, I am writing function there, sum of fx upon summation f. So I will just write there so that I can just rub this off quickly, so that you can do the shortcut method here, or also called assume mean method. Okay, let us see. Now when I look at the formula, what I see something different. What I see is I need fx. So I think let us go ahead with the fx now. So fx, that is f multiplied by x. So 146, please keep your calculator ready. 4 2s are 8, 4 6s are 4 7s are 28, 6 1s are 6, 6 7s are 42, then 70 10 700, 9, what happens guys, 9 10 15, 5, and I think it will be 7, 9 10 15 7 59. So 7 into 68, can you calculate for me and tell me what is the answer quickly fast? 7 8s are 56, 7 6s are 42, 47, then 5 7s are 35, 3, 5 6s are 30, 33, then 4 6s are 24, 4 6s are 24, 26, and 65. I hope I had written the frequencies right there. Let me have a first hand experience. So what I am doing is, I am just whatever is needed in the formula that I am generating in the table, that is fx, as simple and as quick as this thing. Yes, it is one only, right? Now summation fx, now I am not calculating it, you can calculate this. So basically you can do the calculation here. Okay, the calculation comes up to, I think summation fx comes up to 3459. Please calculate for me 3459. So x bar is nothing but, so x bar is summation fx, summation fx is 3459 upon, may I have attention here, summation f. Now where is f? F is here, so summation f has to join up here for us. So summation of, add it now, this will become 4 plus 6, 12, 22, 23, 33, 40, 45, 49, 50. So I think it comes to 50. I mean it is 50 there, do not misunderstand. So x bar you have to convert into points, that is a very important thing now. So what I suggest is, you can see this part clearly, x bar is 3459 upon 50, 69.18. Okay, now I am not calculating it because some part I have already worked with it. I don't want to waste my time and your time because we have very less time. So this is what direct method, because frequency is there, I am applying this formula, else you can apply this formula also, but in this case you cannot apply, because f is, if you look at this data, the f is given to you. 73 is 2 times, so 73 plus 73. So instead of doing this, 73 into 2 you do. You understand my point? In fact, it is the same formula sum of x you are doing, but as frequency is given to you, the number of time, what is frequency? Frequency, number of times this observation is repeated. So it is like this, 73 2 times, so 73, 73. Then 72 4 times, 72, 72, 72, 72. Then 71 6 times, 71, 71, 71, and so on. So instead of adding individually, with frequency it becomes easier for us to calculate. Anyway, this is not your concern, they already given you the frequency there. So I have really no interest in really building up the solution here, because this is what max I can understand from you. Now guys, I hope you got this point clear. Let us take the next working there quickly. The shortcut method. the shortcut method. Now remember what is shortcut method, but what I will do is I will just copy this out quickly, just a second. I will just copy this out quickly, guys, so that it become easy for us to. Okay, here we go. Okay, now I wrote this data here. Okay, not an issue, because if you look at this, okay, you cannot take it out. This is a picture. Okay, now I hope this is the same sum. I am using shortcut method. So first thing, before solving any question, that you have to find x bar, no doubt. But by shortcut method, the formula is x bar is equal to a plus summation fd upon summation f. This is a shortcut method where we use the deviation. What d stands for? D stands for, if you look at the first screen, d stands for x minus a. Okay, d stands for x minus a. Now in this case x is given to you. So one thing always I tell you, whatever the mean is there, mean is always a values out of the x, not out of the frequency. Frequency is only number of times that value, the main value is repeated. Frequency has nothing to do with mean, keep that in mind. So here in this case I repeat, any sum, whether it is a group interval or ungrouped data like this, the mean is, median mode is always on the x axis, I mean to say from the x values and not from the frequency. This normally keep in mind, because we normally have not exposed ourselves to statistics much, right, in our mathematics term of syllabus from class 1 to 10. So that's the reason I want to explain. Now d is x minus a. Now here I want to tell you something. This is also called as assumed mean method. What is this called? Assumed mean method. You know why? The purpose of this method is very simple. The purpose of this method is to make our calculation work easier, nothing different. The answer will almost be the same answer, whether you use the shortcut method or direct method or the shortcut method. This is the direct method there, direct method or the shortcut method which I had given here. So once you know the formula, okay, this you can use for grouped as well as ungrouped, no issue at all. Okay. If you see this, there are three terms. F is already given to you, but A and D. A and D. So what I will suggest, my humble request is, if you see the lowest value is 65 and the highest value is 73 in this, take approximately middle value. It's not necessarily should be same. You can take this 65 also as A, you can take 72 also as A, you can take anything as A. But what I suggest is take a mid value, something like this. So suppose if you take 70, let us take 70, 65 or 69 also you can take. So what you would suggest is, depending on what you want to do, say 69, because it is 65 to 73. You can take 70 also, I have no issue. Okay. So I'll just break my point here, just a second here. Yes, I took the 70 part. Okay, listen very carefully now. What I am going to do now, first I will just increase the table there. Okay, now 1 second. If I require, I don't know whether I require or not. So anyway, I just extend the table because I have to fill up the table. Now listen, let us look at the formula first. A stands for assumed mean. I again tell you, mean always comes is one of the intermediate values of x. So first case A stands for assumed mean. So take the lowest value, maximum value, take whichever in between, not, I don't want exact, it can be approximate. So 69 I will take for the time being. You can take any number. You can take 75 also as A, 73 also as A, or 65 also A, no problem. But that calculation will balance, tilt that side if you take this, and if you take this, it will tilt this side, but the answers will be same, don't worry about it. But if you do this, your calculation become easier. That's the reason this method is useful, because the data is huge. If I see the multiplication, if I don't have the calculator, from where I am going to calculate it? I hope you got this point. So A, so this I taken A. So if you look at this data, I need FD. So that means I need D. D is nothing but x minus a. Quickly you have to see now how I get x minus a for each one. This is a for me. So 73 minus 69, 4. 72 minus 69, 3. 71 minus 69, 71 minus 69, 2. 70 minus 69, 1. 69 minus 69, 0. 68 minus 69, minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and minus 65 minus 60, minus 4. So I got D, right. Now look at, see, if the formula is with you, don't increase the column blindly. Just see what is the required and just increase the column. FD, so I mean FD unequal, FD, that is F into D. F and D is both present. 2 4s are 8, 4 3s are 12, 6 2s are 12, 10 1s are 10, 0, minus 7, minus 10, minus 12 and minus 4. My job is over, guys. Now look what I am trying to work. Just see. Okay, they are telling this is A plus summation FD. So A, what is my A here? A I took 69 plus. Now summation FD. Now when I remember summation F is only below FD, I not complete upon. Don't commit that mistake. 69 plus FD, FD is here. So if I add it up, what will happen now? This 12 and 10 goes, 12 and 10 goes. So 8 plus 12, 20. 20 minus 7 is 13. 13 minus 4 is 9. Divided by, sorry, I just now explained to you and I did the mistake. So it is 69 plus 9 upon summation F. Summation F never changes. F is 50. If you calculate this, you are going to get the same answer, that is 69.18. So you can check it yourself. The answer is 69.18. Check it yourself, but I don't have a calculator. You can do it on your own. Okay, guys. So what I suggest is, I think those are not taken it down anything yesterday. Direct method, shortcut method. Take these two formulas. I give you 2 minutes to copy it down. If you feel that you can go to the next question, I will share these notes with you, but you have to write the formula now or later. So it's better write it now. It takes 2-3 minutes to write it on, and then I will just display the next screen for your further part. Hurry up quickly, children. I hope you got the point clear. This formula is shortcut method. This is ungrouped data, guys. Don't miss out. The next part, quickly let us focus on it. Should I go to the next part? I will share this notes with you all. Just relax. Okay. Did you understand this? If you okay with it, I don't want to waste your time. So this is a direct method. You got 69.18. So I think you will get 69 plus. So 9 upon 50 you can do directly, and add point decimals to 69, you will get 69.18. I think there is nothing that which can just stop from the working. Please remember, it's not necessary you have to just copy the question. What I suggest is just copy the question there, that first 2 columns, copy the question, and this solution I can share the notes with you right away after the lecture gets over. Did you get this point clear? Okay. Children, can you respond? Yes. Did you understand what we did now? Shortcut method and direct method. Can you respond through the chat? Hurry up. Come on, Manav, others. Okay, thank you very much. Hey, remember, when you respond, I become a little bit more energetic and really want to do something more for you all. Okay, keep that in mind. Okay, next question then starts with it. I will share this note. Those are not completed. Don't worry. I want you to understand. The same thing again and again you will be doing. The next question says, now look at the question carefully now. It's something very different. Monthly wages is given to you. I read the question. Monthly wages are given to you. Find the average of the wages. Matlab x bar. Arithmetic mean. They are asking x bar bolo. X bar bolo. Okay. Right. By both the methods they are asking. Again, there is a issue here. They are asking direct method as well as they are asking us the shortcut method also. Whatever it is, I can do both, no problem. Let us talk about direct method first. Now, by direct method, everybody knows what the formula is. X bar is summation f है क्या? Yes, see, monthly wages दिया है group. This is called grouped interval. मतलब between 80 to 100, 20 people are getting salary from 80 to 100, 30 people between 100 and 120, 20, 120 to 140, 40 people 140, 160, 90 people between 160 to 180. Now hold on. First thing, as this is the frequency for me. Now this is the frequency. Okay, now hold on. This summation fx upon summation f. Now this is my formula. I have agreed. This is a direct method. There is no clue. In the previous case, if you see, the x was already generated directly, right? And f was already there. But in this case, if you look at this question this carefully, f is mentioned, but I can't find the trace of x. So whenever it's a grouped data, I repeat, whenever is a grouped data, it's a group of 80 to 100, एक group बनाया, 100 to 120 एक group बनाया. Now remember 99, no 100%, this in this part of mean sums, or in part of mean, this group, the width of that class is always same. Okay, now anyway, that's not my issue here. What I am trying to tell you is how we work out with the question. So if I look at the formula, there is f here, but there is no x. So in group data, what is x? X is nothing but the mid value of the class. X is nothing but the mid value of the class. Okay? So 80 plus 100 divided by 2. 80 plus 100 divided by 2. So lower limit plus upper limit divided by 2. So 90. Simple. 100 plus 120, 220 divided by 2, 110, 130, 150, 170. Now my job is over. I have f, I have x. So remember, x is the mid value of the class. Mid value of class. How I get it? Upper limit plus lower limit divided by 2, finding the average of these two. You will get the mid value between 80 to 100. Okay? Sometimes it comes decimals also, don't worry, you have to keep the decimals and work out. Anyway, once you finish with this, I have to get fx now. Look at the formula there, fx. Fx means this is, that's it. So it will be 1800, 9 to the 18, this will be 3300. This is 2600, this is how much? 6000, this is, God bless me, 963, 153, 15,300. So this calculation is such a big thing, you know, it's become a big headache for me. So I really don't want to miss out with this particular thing. So coming to a point, I got fx. So fx what? Sum of fx. So what you can do is, sum of fx you can always add up and write on over here, and sum of f is already over here. So can you add and tell me in the group what the value is? Quickly, fast. Use the calculator and tell me. $9,000 is 29,000. So I have a working done to be done here. X bar is nothing but 29,000 upon summation f. So 90, 130, 150, 180, 200. So divided by 200. So cancel, it is 290 divided by 2. So I think it is 145. So my x bar is 145. Short direct method. Now immediately they are asking for the other method also. Why I am doing both the methods is so that you understand how to use the formula. Remember, in the previous case the data was simple. There was x and f. So I can do this, right? So in this case, only difference is, instead of ungrouped data, here you have a group data. So first you find x. So whenever class interval is there, everything, mean, median, mode, anything, you have to find x. Okay, whenever there is a group data, you have to find x. Keep that always in mind. Okay guys, let us see what is the formula for this now is x bar is a plus summation fd upon summation f. I am done. Now hold on. So d is x minus a. So I already have x. So what I will do, I will just have to add some columns here. I will do in this particular part only. So just relax. Okay. Sorry, let us work out now. Okay, I'll just put this in some special ink. Okay, yeah. Okay, let us start now. So let me get A. Remember I told you in the previous case, what is A? I had mentioned here, A is nothing but the assumed mean. That has to be taken from X, okay. So keep that in mind. So just see this values of X from 90 to 170. Which value out of this? You can take any values. So suppose I am very much keen to take 130 as X, okay. So as A, okay, please pay attention that part. Okay, now pay attention now, 130. Okay, I am taking 130 as A. D I want. What is the value of D? You know D is nothing but X minus A. So this is my A. Okay, I am writing this so that you understand what it is. So X minus A. So 90 minus 130. 90 minus 130 is minus 40. 110 minus 130 is minus 20. 130 minus 30 is 130 0. 20, 40. Now don't add because it is FD. FD. I don't require this fx now. So F is over here. Don't misunderstand. F is over here. D is over here. F is over here. D is over here. So FD product. So 20 into minus. So if you look at the formula, you know what to say. Remember when sigma is there, suggest put a bracket. It becomes very clear to us. Okay, we don't do any mistake. So FD. So 20 into minus 40 is minus 800. Then 30 into minus 20 is minus 600. 0. 800. And what is this? 3600. Oh my God. Right? I am done. I am clear. Now what happens, guys? Let us see this now. I have the working to be left out now. So x bar is equal to A. I have taken 130 plus FD, sum of FD. Now if you look at this, 800 so 3000, right? Because 800 and 800 get cancelled if I add FD, minus 600 and 3600. So 3000 upon 200. Calculate now, because sum of f already know I taken here 200 here, sum of f is nothing but 200 here. So immediately what I am going to do is I just calculate this out, 0 0 gets cancelled, then 2 1s are, so x bar is 130 plus 15, so x bar is 145. So look at this x bar and look at this x bar. So whether it's direct method or shortcut method, the answer does not differ. But I prefer this method, even though some terms are extra. I prefer this method because with this the calculation become easier. We don't have to work out with addition, and of course you have a calculator, so you will be strong enough to do this, but don't prefer this. This method is much easier than this method. I hope you got this point clear. Now sometimes what happens, sometimes what happens, if you see the D, it is 40, 20, 20, 40. All can be divided by 10. You understand or not? All can be divided by 20 or 10, right? So that's why we can use one more simpler method than this. That is called a step deviation method. What is called? Step deviation method. Now hold your breath. What is step deviation method is? As you can divide by 20, I will say let h be 20 and then work out. So formula slightly changes. It is the same formula, but involving this calculation become more easier. Okay. So if you want, I can take the same question there So, if you want, let us do that. Okay, same question I will take out if you want. Okay, I am not. Okay, we will come to that as we go on. So, right now, did you understand what I am trying to tell you now? I hope you understood this process, direct method or shortcut method of finding arithmetic mean. Let us take the next part. Let us take the next part. Next part is something very different. Pay attention. Yes, thank you, Vanshika, Anusha. Okay. Now, next question. Okay, this question is something different there. Okay, I really want to take up this portion there. 1 second. Okay, I just went. Okay. Now, what they are telling us in this question, look at the question carefully. The question says the mean of 40 observations. So, what is given here is n is equal to 40. The mean of 40 observation is 160, that is x bar. Sometimes they use the word arithmetic mean also, so no issue. The mean of 40 observation is 160, I got it. It was detected that the value of 125 was wrongly copied as 165. मतलब डेटा में जब उन्होंने ऑपरेट किया with whatever method, don't worry, the data method, whatever method, the data, one number was copied wrongly as 165 instead of 125. So, they are telling now what is the corrected mean. Corrected mean. Now, hold on. Now, first thing, you all know, whenever mean is given to you, for all the sum of this type, you compulsory use a shortcut direct method. So, x bar, everybody knows it is summation of fx upon summation of f. Okay, listen very carefully how I do the question. First thing, can you find the total? Total. See, because fx means f into x, because one of the value was 160, number of 40 observation was there, x was 150, 160, 125, but instead of that I took 165. So, what I can do is, now from here I get this total. So, x bar is nothing but 160 is equal to sum of fx, sum of fx, sum of fx, right, upon sum of f. What is sum of f? Now, here the mean of 40 observation, so total number of observation is 50, sum of f is nothing but n. So, it is nothing but 40. So, I got the total sum of fx as 0, 40 into 160. So, 0, 4 6 are 24, 4 1s are 4, that is 6400. Now, hold on. This was the total of all the data. Okay. Now, what they told, that it was detected that the value 125 was wrongly copied as 165. So, from the total subtract wrong. What is wrong? 165. And add the right total, because that data will be left out, right? The right total. So, wrong is 165. If I subtract this, what will happen now? It will become very simple now. Actually, what is 125 now? So, I think you can do directly also, but just so you are working. So, 10 minus 5, 5, 9 minus 6, 3, 4, oh God, 3 minus 1, 2, I think 6, 2, 3, 5, right, 6, 2, 3, 5, and add the right. Remember, from the total, I removed the wrong data and adding the right data, so that the total becomes correct. So, if the total becomes correct, then this formula will help me to find the corrected mean. So, right data is, how much is there? 125. So, add 125. Simple working, don't confuse yourself. Okay, so add. So, 5 plus 5, 10, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 6, 3, 6, 0. So, this is my fx now. So, I can get the new data, new frequency x bar as summation fx upon summation f, which is equal to 6360 divided by summation f. What is summation f given to you? 40. So, You can do the calculation on your own. How much? 4. God only knows what I am trying to do. Yes, I think it will cancel. 4 1s are 4, 5 6, 4 5s are 20, 4 9s are 36. So it is 159. So when this type of sum, what you will do? From the total, subtract the wrong data and add the correct data. So you rectified the error manually, but I am showing you mathematically. I hope you got this point clear, children. Just pause and note it down. Just this question, I want to note it down, please, so that you understand what I am trying to share with you. Please. Quickly, quickly. 1 minute I give you for this. I just want to know, yeah, that was the point here what I did. If you see the sums, any sum which is given to you, whether it is a grouped, ungrouped data, where class interval is there, or ungrouped data as we did in the previous case, 2 methods I saw, direct method and shortcut method. So as I said, in some sums, the D can be divided by a common number. So they made our work more easier by introducing one more method. It is an extension of this, that is called as step deviation method. Okay. So any method you can do it, but if they specifically ask that method, that method is possible. Same sum we will do. Let me see, just to help you out with that. So here is the sum which is given to you. Monthly wages is there. Okay. So monthly wages and number of, they are asking find mean by step deviation method. No varieties, if you know the formula, so no shortcut method, no direct method, step deviation method. So what is the formula for step deviation method is x bar is equal to a plus sum of ft. In your textbook it is given t, some textbooks say d dash, any notation you do, no problem, I will just tell you. Sum of ft upon sum of f into I. Now you might say, what is this f we know? You know A stands for assume mean, I have no problem. But the problem is, what is T and I? I will tell you. I is nothing but class width. कितना मोटा है class? Okay, कितना मोटा है class? And T stands for x minus a upon I. Okay, T stands for x minus a upon I. So very simple now working. I'll just share with you. I told you in mean, whenever it's a group data or ungrouped data, for all mean sum, you will compulsory require x. X is an important asset. You will compulsory require. So this is the step deviation method. Same procedure as it is in the what do you say, shortcut method, but it's one step ahead because make the working very easier. I'll just share with you how. So let us see what I want. Okay. So T, I want T. First thing, identify what is I. I is class width. Class width, this is the class. Class width में वो class कितना मोटा है. How I find the class width is upper limit minus lower limit. 100 minus 80 is 20. 120 minus 100, 20. So in 99 and 100% sums you will have the same class width. So I can say from here I is equal to, there is any class you take, 100 minus 80 is equal to 20. So instead of confusing you all, I can say upper limit minus lower limit of a class. Okay, simple? I got it? Okay, so first is class width. So in this case I will be nothing but 20. because 100 minus 80 is 20. Any class you take, 160 minus 140 is 20. It will never be uneven. Okay, pay attention. So I is equal to 20 I got. Now to find t. Now t is what? X minus a upon I. Now first thing, as I told you, you need x. So let us increase this working now. Let us start working with the question. Now no issue, I will just work out with you all and quickly I will bulldoze the sum. Just see this part clearly. Okay, now let us see what happens now. Okay, no problem. Just see, very simple working, how I do it. So as I said, any mean sum, mean arithmetic mean आ गया, कोई भी डेटा होने दो, आपको x रहना जरूरी है. तो इसमें x है क्या नहीं है? What is x? In the previous example, what is x I told you? If you see x, what is x I told you? Where is this x here? X is nothing but the mid value of the class. I mentioned here, x is mid value of the class. So in this question, mid value of the class. So x, I'll get x first. Oh, sorry, I'll get x first here. So 100 plus 80, 90. 1110, 130, 150, 170. I got it. Now I got x, so I get t now. So as I said, the assumed mean, the a is always picked up from x. Keep that in mind. So approximately mid value I will take. So this I can take as a. Okay, so t is nothing but x minus a upon I is nothing but 20. As simple as work. Very simple now. Look at this. 90 x minus a, 90 minus 130 minus 40. Minus 40 upon 20 is minus 2. 110 minus 130, 110 minus 130 minus 20 upon 20 minus 1, 0, 1, 2. Check yourself. 170 minus 30 is 40, 40 divided by 20 is 2. So see the calculation. So easy it is. Finish, my job is over. Now look at the formula. A मालूम है मुझे क्या है? ft. Where is my f? F is here and t is here. So ft. So minus 40, see the calculation, minus 30, 0, 40 ones are 40, 92s are 180. I think my job is over. Sum of this. So 40 get cancelled, 180 minus 30 is 150. Finish. So let us do the calculation now. X bar will be A is 130 plus summation ft is 150 upon, hold your breath, upon 200 into I. So what happens, guys? 20 ones are 20, 10s are 10, 15s are. So x bar is 145. Now in the previous example, if you see, what is the answer? 145. The third method which we studied just now is also 145. So either is a shortcut method, direct method first, then shortcut method, then step deviation method. So I think it's not a big deal. If you have the formula in place, then I can go ahead and work out accordingly. I hope you got this point clear. Okay, guys, you understanding this? So step deviation method is the thing which you should know. Okay, so please confirm at your end whether 4:30 to 5:30 would be better. It will remove lot of headache. I can take the class even at least up to 5:45 if time permits, because remember your exam is before then any other school has the exam. So I want to finish the revision with you thoroughly. I am doing separate revision with you all completely. Okay, separate class with you all. So for some days up to 10, if you can adjust up to 4:30, that is 4:30 to 5:30, nothing like that, because 7:30 I think many of you are not available in the evening. and once I post the recording, how many of you, by the way, I am also sacrificing, I will be cancelling my 12th standard class whose board exams are in the month of November. I will be rescheduling their class and adjusting your class. Okay, so I have to pay a price for it, but I am ready for that. But please try, if you could adjust at 4:30 to 5:30, then okay. मानव ने पहले ही बता दिया मुझे कुछ तो, अरे यार मानव, okay, 3 to 4:30, ठीक है, bit late, no problem Manav, but 4:30 to 5:30 you do, I will really give you a big chitle bandu ka puran police to eat or pedas to eat. Okay, because then it will save a lot of headache, but I will be cancelling my 12th standard class just to accommodate your class. But I am okay with that, I have no problem, because your exam is more important than the 12th standard for now, because I have time with the 12th standard to work out at the weekends. At least I can tell them, they will listen. Okay, but see, if possible adjust, it's okay, there is no problem, first 10-15 minutes is okay. Okay, so just convey it to others also. And